Today, I'll be sharing this story with everyone. When I was a child, I lived with my older brother, my father, and my stepmother, but most of the time it was just my brother, my stepmother, and me, because my father was serving in the military and was often away from home. When I was about 5 years old, we moved into a very old, large house. The house had 3 floors, not including the attic and the basement, and there were a lot of rooms. Back then, my greatest joy was exploring all the different rooms, and the most fun place of all was the attic. There were many beautifully crafted dolls stored there, rag dolls, porcelain dolls, which must have been left behind by the landlord. As a little girl, I was naturally most interested in those dolls with ribbons and bows. I remember there was one doll with red hair and green eyes, dressed in a blue silk dress, which I especially liked. I begged my dad to let me take it to my room because I wanted to sleep with it in my arms every night. But my dad refused. He was worried that if I damaged the landlord's things, the landlord would withhold our deposit. Then he locked the attic door and wouldn't let me play in there anymore. After a month, I had almost forgotten about that red-haired doll. Usually I just played with my regular toys. Until one day, after we went to see my dad off on a business trip and came back, I found that the red-haired doll was actually on my bed. I was overjoyed, thinking that my dad must have taken it out before his trip to surprise me. From then on, I held that doll every second of every day, whether I was eating or sleeping. It wasn't until my dad came home that things changed. He was furious the moment he saw the doll. He thought I had secretly taken the doll out, so he took it away, planning to put it back in the attic. But then he realized the attic door was still securely locked, and he was the only one with the key. He figured it probably wasn't me who had secretly taken the doll, so he started to suspect my brother, thinking he might have helped me. Then he added another lock to the attic door, and warned both me and my brother that if he ever caught us going into the attic again, we'd be severely punished. That night, Dad went on another business trip, but somehow the doll that he had clearly locked back in the attic ended up on my bed again. But this time, I didn't feel happy at all. Instead, I was extremely frightened and anxious. So I told my stepmother, who thought that my brother and I had secretly hidden a key, and brought the doll out again. The night Dad came home again, I was really scared. He didn't say a single word of greeting to me or my brother. He just called us over and gave us a harsh scolding. When he went on another business trip, I didn't see him off. I stayed alone in my room, sulking, unable to figure out how that doll had ended up in my room. Eventually, I slowly drifted off to sleep. In my sleep, a gentle melody woke me up. I felt something at my feet and thought it was the cat I kept, but when I reached out, I touched some hair. I screamed and turned on the light. The scene before my eyes scared me so much that I still have lingering trauma to this day. All the dolls that had originally been in the attic were now in my room, sitting in neat rows in every corner. I screamed repeatedly, and my screams woke up my dad. When he opened the door and saw what was happening in the room, he immediately picked me up and ran out. Then he woke up my brother and stepmother, and we packed our things and fled the house that very night. My parents never talked about the origins of that house, but later I found out that the original owner had a daughter who died when she was about 8 years old. The grieving parents used their daughter's hair and clothes to make a doll in her likeness. That's how everything that happened after our family moved into that house came to be. You can probably guess what